Hey guys, it's Xap here and welcome back to another Hypixel SkyBlock video. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about strategies for grinding candies in the spooky event. So I know a lot of the spooky events have already happened. I'm a bit late to this, but I actually missed a lot of them either because of school or I was asleep or whatever. But I have been talking to a lot of people about this and I do know what I'm talking about here, so you can trust my advice. I'm even here with one of my friends who went to all of them. He's helping me out here. But yeah, so we're going to be talking about strategies for grinding candies. Like I said, there's a few different ways to do it. And it depends on, if you want more green candies or if you want more purple candies. And we're also going to talk about a strategy for people who aren't as high level. Also, guys, by the way, tomorrow I'm planning to upload a video about things to buy with your candy and what kind of candy you should go for different things and stuff. So yeah, subscribe if you want to see that video tomorrow. So yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so the first strategy we're going to talk about is the end. And for those of you who might be low levels that still want to farm this, the strategy that we're going to be talking about for you is going to be the last one, so just stick around and that'll be towards the end of the video. But anyway, so the first strategy is here in the end. What you're going to want to get for this strategy, if you can, I mean, you don't have to have this, but this is the optimal way to do it, is a full Y set and a maxed out aspect at the end. Alright, so we're going to go down to the bottom of the end here, but we're not going to go into the dragon's nest. We're going to go just to the bottom of the end where the 9,000 health enderman spawn, so in this area. So the reason I say to do it here instead of going into the dragon's nest is because there's a lot more mobs in this area, and in the dragon's nest there's also a lot more people. So yeah, it's better to just farm in this area. So what you want to do is you want to get to the point with talismans and stuff to where you can one-shot enderman or these 9,000 health enderman anyway, with an aspect of the end and full wise armor. Because the reason you want to do this is the wise armor gives you a lot of mana and allows you to teleport around and kill them very quickly, like so that other people can't get to them before you do. And yeah, so you have a lot of mana to do that, and then it's nice to be able to use the aspect of the end for it, because if you have the aspect of the end, you don't have to waste time switching your swords in between ability uses. You can just teleport straight to them and then use the sword to kill them. And if you can't one-shot them with the aspect of the end, you could always bring a different sword. Like I said, I just explained why it's better to use the aspect of the end, but say for example you have a pigment sword or aspect of the dragons or whatever else, you could also use that if you need that to one-shot them. But yeah, so this is the strategy that's going to get you a lot of purple candies, because these are higher level mobs, and the higher level mob is the better chance you have of getting purple candies. So yeah, next up we're going to talk about if you want to just get a lot of green candies. Oh, and one last thing, if you're doing the strategy and say you can't one-shot the 9,000 health zealots with your aspect of the end, and you don't have a better sword, what I would do in that case is just maybe go for the 6,000 health enderman instead. And if you still can't even do that, you could even go down to 4,500 if you really need to, the ones that have 4,500 health. But yeah, if you can't do the 9,000 health ones, that's obviously better because they're higher level. Okay, so for the other strat I'm going to be talking about here, this is if you want to get a lot of green candies. You'll get a lot of green candies doing this because there's more mobs, but they're lower level. So you're going to come to the spider's den, and basically you want to head to the top of this thing. Alright, so we got up to the top here. So what you want to do for this strategy is, like I said, come up here, and then you still want to have wise armor. You also could wear a slime hat if you want, just to minimize any knockback you might take, but that's not really a big deal. I'd just probably still wear the wise armor. But then you also want to have a Runin's bow. And you might be thinking that you could use a hurricane bow if that's what you have, but I wouldn't really recommend that because only one of the arrows on it gets the aiming, and the aiming is a big part of what makes this so easy. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend using one of those unless you absolutely have to. But yeah, so there's a few different spots that are good here. Like I said, the very top is a good one. There's also a couple more. So one of the spots is just straight down here if I can get out of these webs. There's I believe 4 spawn here. Like they spawn in waves of 4 here, I believe, yeah. But yeah, so what you want to do is you just run around, you just spam your bow at the mobs. And yeah, there's a lot of mobs here, so you end up getting a lot of candy. And yeah, there's one more spot that's good as well down here. Okay, so over here, this spot is another good one. And as you can see, there's a lot of mobs here right now. But this spot, I believe, spawns 6 at a time. My inventory is already full. That's another thing that you want to make or be aware of, is that your inventory is going to be filling up with a lot of random stuff here. So if there's anything specific you want, like string, then that's why you should probably just fill like your empty spots in your inventory with that item. But yeah, so once you have that figured out, all you have to do is just sit here, and you can go like between the different spots and just run around and shoot them as you see them. One thing to note though, if you do come down here to the lower ones that we showed you here that spawn more, they're lower level than the ones up top, so you're getting less purple candies, but you're getting more green. So if you're only after green, which some people are, me and my friend here, probably both of us from now on are mostly going to be going after greens. So this is probably where we'll be, but yeah, it just depends on what you mainly want. Alright, so the last place we're going to be talking about here, this is the place that you want to come if you don't have as good of gear. It's the deep caverns. So this also, what level you want to go to depends on what or what kind of candy you're going for. So if you go to lapis or redstone or even the slime hill, those are good for green candy. So if that's what you're after, then you can come here. And yeah, you don't need to necessarily have super good gear for this, but obviously the better gear you have, the better it's gonna go. You may still want to use a bow, like if you don't have a runes bow, if you have a hurricane, you could come here maybe. Or if you just don't do that much damage in general, you could come here. And if you can handle the deeper ones, like maybe you can't even handle the diamond reserve or the obsidian sanctuary, then obviously this is where you're going to want to be, either the lapis redstone or slime hill. I'm just going to head over to the slime hill really quick here. This may be one that you might want to bring a slime hat for. I actually put mine away, but this isn't a bad place to have a slime hat because these guys do deal a lot of knockback. But yeah, these are good for green candy as well. And then if you're more after purple candies, then you can either come to the diamond reserve or obsidian sanctuary. Obsidian sanctuary is obviously going to be better because they're higher leveled. And another kind of strat you can use here that seems to be pretty good, and it allows the mobs time to respawn, is if you like go to the lift operator and then you start at lapis, and then you just come through here and you start killing these mobs. By the way, this I would recommend doing this with a bow. To be honest, I think it's better than doing with a bow, or better doing it with a bow. Yeah, and it's also good if a lot of people are in the mines. But yeah, so what you do is you start at lapis and you just run down without taking the lift over. You just like run down through each level and shoot the mobs as you go by. And that way it gives them time to respawn. And you're getting like you're getting a good variety with the levels, so you're able to get different kinds of candies. And yeah, you just go all the way down to the obsidian mine. That is if you can handle the obsidian mine. If you can't, then obviously just go down to wherever you can. Yeah, it's also good to have a grappling hook to do this, just to be able to jump around easier. But that's kind of like a general thing. It's always good to have a grappling hook. And also shout out to Gimson here for letting me borrow his maxed out asset to the end for this video. Mine is just plain, like I haven't done anything to it, so yeah, thanks to him. Okay, so we're about to do the outro here, and we got some Thano fishes to put in our head, and this random guy just joined in with us, so I guess he's in the outro now. But yeah, that's going to be about it for this video. If you guys did enjoy or found it useful, please leave a like, and consider subscribing for more videos like this. We're actually, I'm going to be doing a video tomorrow where I basically talk about the things that you want to buy with candy, and what kind of candy you want to go for certain things. So yeah, it's kind of like a follow-up video to this. But yeah, so also thanks to my friend AloneXZ for helping me out with this video. And yeah, so thanks for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.
I don't believe in destiny, I just do what's best for me. Don't listen to my enemies, they're just full of jealousy. Yeah, this legacy, you gon' see what's left of me. You gon' see success in me, you ain't seen the rest of me. I just wanna be the best at what I know, better than the rest, just watch me grow. Put me to the test and watch me go.